I worked in an OBGYN clinic for 2 years before I decided to run for office. I was there whenever Roe versus Wade was overturned and the trigger law in Missouri went into effect. I was the person sitting behind those phones, answering the young teenagers contraception, calling because they were worried if they needed an abortion, answering calls from mothers who were expecting, who had bad pregnancies before and were terrified that something horrible was going to happen this time. And I had to be the one to sit there and tell them that I didn't know what was happening. The one place that should be able to have the answers, and that's because the politicians in Jefferson City didn't have them either. They were flying blind. They were choosing to make decisions that affect everyday people's lives without knowing what they were talking about or frankly even caring. And that ain't right. And so I decided to throw my hat in the ring, and I've been fighting for working people and people to be able to make their own decisions every day since. As a member of the Democratic Party and what we see today as a small government party, I can tell you that we don't belong in your physicians or in your exam rooms. But what we should be doing is protecting your living wage. We should be protecting your access to that exam room. We should be protecting your ability to pay for your medical bills and not go into debt to be able to do it.
Yes!
A lot of the things that we talked about today are legislation that I filed, that Representative Vogel has filed. We have these bills in the House, but they choose to ignore them every single year. And that's not going to change until we choose to change the dynamics in Jefferson City. And this is where it starts. So thank you for being here today.
So thank you. We're gonna close the room now to the legislators so that we can talk freely and make plans about how we can come together and respond to this crisis.
This is a nonpartisan event. We invited all of the elected officials in our area to join us tonight, and they would have gotten the same exact time as what we gave some of the representatives that did show up today. And so, you know, here in the Ozarks, we can't just rely on elected officials to come in and save us. We can't do that.
That ain't right.
We have to save ourselves. And that's why we close this meeting off today. Because we are clear that it's the people in Missouri that need to come together to defend our democracy. It is. Because we need those two people to ask two more people in their lives.
United will never be divided.
And we can just pause there.
And that was the town hall, 3 parts. What'd you think?
It was amazing. Get out and vote.
Vote.
Protect your